You don't feel tough anymore?
Not in that sense. No, I mean, I think I'm capable of violence, but I'm out of it. I mean, I've been out of it. I haven't wrestled a match in 15 years.
Yeah. What's your relationship with wrestling like now?
I don't really have one. I'm out of it. When it was time to get out, it was time to get out. My wife was pregnant. And okay, so this is what happened. This is how I officially got out of the business. My wife was a few months pregnant with our first daughter, first kid.
And this is what, 2010?
2010. She was born. Yeah, that'd be 2010. Yep. And I was working for 2CW in Syracuse, New York, which is a great promotion. It's no longer there, but at the time it was an awesome promotion. Awesome promotion. Just great guys. Truly, aside from like ECW, this group is the group that's like closest to my heart in terms of the boys and all of that. And they used me a lot at that company. But they booked me in a match against Sabu. Again, RIP. And I drove up there. It's about a 5-hour drive. Drove up and I did the show and I got my arm sliced.
Look at that scar.
Yeah, that's my Sabu scar.
Oh my gosh.
But after, like, it wasn't bleeding that bad. It was a slice. Like, it was just
from what?
A gimmick. It was honestly going into it. I was like, "This is gonna be my Sabu match. I'm gonna do, And I was like, "I'm gonna do my arm." So self-inflicted, it is. So I saw it and I taped it up and I got into my car and I drove home. And I got home at like 4 or 5 in the morning. Got in bed with my wife. She's like, "Are you okay? Everything all right?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I fell asleep. And I woke up at like 9 the next morning and I start to peel the tape off and blood just starts gushing. And I was like, "Honey, I think we got to go to the emergency room." But then that was the moment where I realized, okay, I'm going to be a father. I can't be doing this crazy stuff anymore. Because physically, that's what I did was take bumps. And no matter how indestructible we all think we are, you hit a wall where you cannot do that anymore. And so I was like 40, 41, something like that at the time. And that was the eye opener that, okay, I can't do this and be a responsible parent any longer. So I got my stitches and I called it quits. I had a couple of matches after, but that was the signal that you're done with the business.
But so many wrestlers say they're going to get out and they still keep one foot in. It's a match every month or it's conventions. No. What was the line? That was the line in the sand for you?
Well, I had a talk with my wife and her name's Vicky. Vicky was just like, Matt, if you're going to get out, you got to get out like this. And you're not doing it for me. You're not doing it for our daughter. It's either you get out or you don't get out. But if you decide to stay in, think of the consequences. And I was just like, nope, I'm out. So at that point, I was out. And that was it. I mean, for years, I still get requests. Do you still wrestle and stuff like that? But I wasn't interested. I didn't want to, especially once my daughter was born, I never wanted to miss a day. Drive into Ohio to do an indie show for a couple $100 or something like that. And like the time with the family was more important than I had my run. I had a blast. I had a great career, proud of it and all of that. But I can't, even if like, let's say the WWE offered me a job as an agent or something like that, I couldn't have done that either. Because the same thing, you're on the road, traveling, you're all over the place. I couldn't do it anymore and be a father.
I've heard so many wrestlers just say like, I wanted to get out, but I missed the pop. Even if it's just a few hundred people, I missed that reaction from the crowd.
I mean, there's a little bit of that, like I would occasionally I'll go and do an autograph appearance or something. And there's a local group that like every 2 years I'll go and referee a match or something. And there is something about that, but I will say it was the internal pop. It was never like I loved the audience and the crowd, But that wasn't what was the satisfying thing for me. The satisfying thing for me was doing something in the ring that I knew only I could pull off, or very few people could pull off, and the boys' reactions. Like, getting a pop from the crowd is awesome. It's a great feeling. But when you come back and the guys are like, "Are you all right?" Yeah, no problem, no problem. That was the satisfying thing. And I'll be honest, I got that at the WWE when I first went there, because there was a lot of the guys, they knew ECW, but they didn't study it and stuff like that. So when I came in and they started putting me on TV, and Bubba and Devon are beating the shit out of me, and then I'd come back and there'd be like Jerry Briscoe or Pat Patterson or Jim Ross going like, "Holy shit, are you okay? Are you okay?" And yeah, why? What's the problem? That was what was satisfying.